Students, today we will study lesson 11, and that is natural disasters in India. Okay, what is a disaster? Catastrophe, calamity. Okay, that they are natural disasters. Okay, for example, children, earthquake. Okay, tsunami, drought, famine, cyclone, flood, they all are natural disaster. Okay, so now have a look at this new chapter about natural disasters in India. Humans have made a lot of scientific and technological advancement over the years. In the beginning of the story, see, humans, that means we human beings have made we have made many scientific and technological advancement, that means discoveries and inventions over the years. In the past years, we have even landed on the moon. Children, you already know that man has landed on moon and explored the deep sea, and he has also explored the deep sea. While we have been able to understand some things about nature, so if we want to know more about nature, we are still helpless. Sometimes we become helpless because when it releases its full force against us, because when it reveals the full force or it reveals its fact to us, in such situation we are forced to run, hide and strive. So in such condition we are forced to run, hide and strive to survive till nature's anger is past. So in such condition we are forced, that means we are bound to run, and hide, that means conceal, and strive, that means we have to fight to survive till nature's anger is past, and we fight till nature doesn't become calm, that means till nature is not calmed down. After often means sometimes, this destructive natural disaster, destructive, that means this destroying, that destroy, what they destroy? Life and property. So often these destructive natural disasters cause great loss of life and property. So what damage they do? They cause great damage to life and property. In a vast country like India, natural disasters of all types have occurred sometime or the other. So India is a very large country, and here natural disasters of all kinds have occurred at some time or the other. Let us look at some of the worst natural disasters in Indian history. So we'll talk about the most horrible natural disaster of Indian history. 1. Gujarat earthquake that occurred in 2001. Okay, on 21st January 2001, India was celebrating its 51st Republic Day. So everybody knows that on 26th January we celebrate our Republic Day. So this was the day when people were sleeping till then. Others were watching the Republic Day. Some people were sleeping, some were watching the Republic Day parade on TV. And children were singing the national anthem. And national anthem, was sung by the children in the schools, where suddenly the ground began to shake. So what is an earthquake, children? Earthquake. The sudden shaking of earth is called earthquake. Okay? When suddenly the ground began to shake. What happened? The ground, that means the earth began to shake. It was an earthquake. What was it? It was an earthquake measuring around 7.9 on the Richter scale. What is the Richter scale? Have a look at the word meaning bang. A device that uses numbers 1 to 10 to measure the severity of an earthquake. So it is a device, okay, that is used to measure the frequency of earthquake. It was an earthquake measuring around 7.9 on the Richter scale and lasted 2 minutes. And this earthquake lasted for 2 minutes. It continued for 2 minutes. In those 2 minutes, buildings collapsed. So most of the buildings were damaged. People ran helter-skelter and many people died. So people used to run here and there and most of them died. The city of Bhuj in Gujarat. So the victim was Bhuj and the city is in Gujarat, which was completely closer to the epic center. Okay, epic center. What is epic center? The point on the earth's surface vertically above an earthquake's focus. Okay, was almost completely destroyed and the city Bhuj was destroyed and some other cities were badly affected and many cities were worstly affected by this earthquake. It was many days before the people of Gujarat managed to recover from this severe shock and most of the people of Gujarat who suffered this earthquake took a time to recover, okay, to uplift from this shock. It is estimated, okay, according to the imagination that around 220,000 people died and more than 1.5 lakh people were injured. So this was the death rate and 1.5 lakh people were deeply injured in this natural disaster. That means they were wounded by this disaster, by this calamity. Can you name the other cities in Gujarat that were affected by the earthquake? So now have a look. Second, the Indian Ocean tsunami 2004. What is a tsunami? Children, when we say tsunami, T becomes silent. Okay. So what was the year? 2004. Tsunami is a Japanese word that means harbor wave or seismic wave. What is a seismic wave? Seismic, related to or caused by an earthquake. Okay, that means it is related to or it is caused by earthquake. And tsunami, it is a Japanese word that means harbor wave or seismic wave, which refers to a situation and it is related to a condition when extremely large waves are formed in an ocean or a lake. When huge waves of an ocean or a lake form a giant shape. So they are called, and in this situation we call them tsunami. And T is silent. So we say tsunami and it is a Japanese word. Understood? The Indian Ocean tsunami of 2004 was caused by an underwater earthquake measuring. So the cause of underwater earthquake. So underwater earthquake was the reason or the cause of tsunami occurred in 2004 and it occurred in the Indian Ocean. Okay. Measuring around 9.1 on the Richter scale. So its frequency was 9.1 on the Richter scale. Children, I have already told you that this Richter scale is a device. It is a machine which measures the frequency of earthquake. Earthquake does not occur only on land. It occurs in water also. Okay. So this was the reason for the 2004 tsunami. Giant waves crashed into multiple coastlines of the Indian Ocean. Giant, that means huge waves crash. That means they collapse into multiple coastlines of the Indian Ocean, affecting Thailand, India, Indonesia, Burma, and many other countries. So what were the affecting countries? India, Thailand, Indonesia, Burma, and many other countries. In India, the cities which were deeply affected were Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Andhra Pradesh, which were very badly and deeply affected. It is believed that over 2 lakh people died due to this tsunami. So the death ratio was 2 lakh due to this natural calamity or disaster, and 2 lakh people lost their lives. The waves were so powerful that even huge stones of the sea walls on the coast were carried away. So these huge waves were very powerful, and what they did, they were carried away and were found many kilometers inland. So now have a look at the meaning of sea walls and inland in a word meaning bank. Sea walls that protect the coast or ports from being washed away or damaged by the sea. Okay, and inland, away from the sea. That means the area which is away, far from the sea. That is called inland. Okay. So the waves were so powerful. The waves were so powerful that even huge stones of the sea walls of the coast were carried away and were found many kilometers inland. So this the passage means that the waves were so strong that even the huge stones were carried by the sea walls. What is sea walls? Have a look here. Walls that protect the coast or ports from being washed away or damaged by the sea. So the stones on the of the waves were carried away and were found many kilometers inland, and they found many kilometers away. Okay, what is the meaning of inland? You can see away from the sea. That means far from the sea. So the huge stones were found far from the sea. Third, Uttarakhand flash floods 2013. In June 2013, heavy rains due to a cloudburst caused sudden flooding in the Mandakini river, Ganga, and landslides on its bank. Okay, so Uttarakhand flash floods. What was the year? 2013, and it occurred in the month of June. Heavy rains due to a cloudburst. What is a cloudburst? A sudden rainstorm lasting a short period of time. That means it is a rainstorm which lasts after a little period of time. Heavy rains due to a cloudburst caused sudden flooding in the Mandakini river. Mandakini is also called Ganga, and landslides on its bank. What is the landslide? A mass of rocks, earth falling from a mountain or down a slope. Okay, so the falling of the rocks is called landslide on its banks. That means on the coast. The states of Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh were severely affected. So the deeply affected states were Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh. Many pilgrims to like Kedarnath were trapped. Trapped means captured. So most of the pilgrims who move for or who go for the sacred journey, that is called pilgrim, to like Kedarnath were trapped, and they were captured and could be rescued only after extensive operation by the Indian Army. Rescued means protected, saved, and these pilgrims were protected only after extensive operation by the Indian Army, by the look after of the Indian Army. Over 5,700 people died. So the number of lost lives were 5,700. People were not prepared for this catastrophe. That means people were not aware, they were not alert of this natural calamity or disaster, as nobody gave enough importance to the flood warnings given by the meteorological department. So this is the department students which gives warnings regarding climatic condition and forecast of weather, and it also warns us about the calamity or any natural disaster that is going to occur. So it was the carelessness of this meteorological department that most of the people suffered this calamity or natural disaster. Some people consider these the most terrible floods in the history of India. So by most of the people it was rated as a terrible floods in the history of India. If only people were slightly more attentive. So if people were little bit attentive, so if people were little more careful to the weather forecast, to the forecast of weather and warnings and precautions, they might have taken precautions, the situation might have been different. So in this condition, the situation might have been different. That means the situation might be good. Okay, so because when people get aware, they leave the place or they run to save their lives. Okay, So this was the carelessness of the meteorological department, that it didn't give proper information in proper time. So this was the cause for this disaster. What could the people have done to prepare themselves for the floods? Okay. Now we'll have a look at Odisha super cyclone. You can also see this cyclone in the picture here. Okay. 1999. It occurred in 1999. We have so far read about disaster that occurred on land and due to water. So we were studying about the disaster which occurred in water and land. But now this is a disaster that occurred in the sky. Let us now read about a disaster caused by air. So this was the disaster, cyclone caused by air. A cyclone is caused when a low pressure area is created in the atmosphere. So cyclone is the cause for the low pressure of air causing high speed spelling winds, and it causes a high speed spelling winds. These winds have enough force to lift entire houses in the air, and these winds are so powerful that they lift, that means they threw away the houses in the air. In 1999 in Odisha, a powerful cyclone caused the deaths of more than 10,000 people. So the cyclone occurred in 1999 in Odisha was the major cause for the death of more than 10,000 people and destroyed almost 3 lakhs houses. So more than 3 lakh houses were ruined. It was also called the Paradip cyclone. It was also named the Paradip cyclone or super cyclone 05B. Fifth, the Bengal famine 1943. What was the year when it occurred? In 1943. Not all natural disasters occur due to forceful winds, water or shaking earth. So all the natural disasters don't occur due to shaking of earth or water. Some occur due to extremely adverse weather condition, and some of the disasters occur due to weather causing a lack of resources like water and food. So they cause lackage of food and water. That means they result in showing the lackage of food and water. A famine, which means a scarcity of food. What is a famine? That is a drought, and it results in scarcity. That means unavailability of food is one such situation. In 1943, while World War II was raging in Europe. What is the meaning of raging? It is given in bold letters. Now have a look here. Raging, continuing with great intensity. That means at high speed. Okay. So have a look here. It was raging in Europe, and this situation was occurring in Europe and the Pacific Bengal and India. Faced one of the most terrible famines of all times. So the Pacific Bengal and Europe, these two were the sufferers of this famine. People had nothing to eat and starved to death. So people were moved to death and they starved to death. They lost their life because of unavailability of food. Since there was no food available, even after some food became available, many people died because of diseases. And in this famine, due to occurring of diseases, most of the people lost their lives. Okay, and food was also made available, but despite that, many people lost their life because of diseases. The Bengal famine of 1943 led to 20 to 40 lakh deaths. So it led to 20 to 40 lakh deaths. That means more than 20 to 40 lakh people lost their lives. This was not the first time when Bengal had faced such a bad situation. So this worst condition was not the first. Bengal had already faced such situations. In 1770, almost 1 crore people died in Bengal, and in 1770, more than 1 crore people lost their lives in Bengal, Bihar and Orissa due to famine. So this famine or this calamity was the cause of the of the deaths in Bengal, Bihar and Odisha. Okay. So now have a look at this new calamity, that is Latur earthquake. What was the year when it occurred? 1993. In 1993, Latur, that is a place in Maharashtra, was struck by an earthquake and it faced an earthquake and its measurement was 6.2 on the Richter scale, leading to almost 10,000 deaths, and it caused a loss of 10,000 lives and 30,000 people injured. So, how much people were wounded? 30,000 people were wounded. It is believed that more than 50 villages were completely destroyed in this disaster. So, more than 50 villages were destroyed because of this disaster or natural calamity. 7. Koryanga cyclone 1839. This is one of the most powerful cyclones recorded in Indian history. So, this was the most powerful cyclone. Koryanga was once a busy seaport on the coast of Andhra Pradesh. So, students, what was Koryanga? It was a seaport where sea trade is carried on, that is called seaport, and it is located in Andhra Pradesh. It had already been hit by the destructive cyclone in 1789 and which was hit, that means which was destructed by a cyclone in 1789, which has caused 20,000 deaths and it caused a loss of 20,000 lives. After its recovery, it was struck by a bigger cyclone in 1839 and after it recovered it was struck by again a cyclone in 1839 which destroyed the place, and this place was totally completely ruined and caused almost 3 lakh deaths and almost 3 lakh people lost their lives. Today Koryanga remains a small village. Now it has turned into a small little village which has never been able to get back to its former shape. That means it could never assume its former, that means its previous shape and size. That means it never became a busy seaport like it was in the past. Okay. 8. Kashmir floods. That was in 2014. Continuous torrential rainfall in the Kashmir Valley caused floods that resulted in the deaths of around 500 people. So 500 people lost their lives in this Kashmir floods. Okay. Torrential. What is the meaning of torrential? Have a look at the word meaning back. Torrential, very heavy. That means it is a very heavy rainfall. That is called torrential rainfall. And due to this heavy rainfall in Kashmir Valley, 500 people died. Many others were trapped in the homes. So many people were captured in their houses for a number of days without food. And they were captured for so many days without food and water. Around 2,600 villages in the area are said to have been affected. And 2,600 villages in this area were deeply affected. That means they became the victim of this natural disaster. And even some parts of this capital and of Srinagar. So the major parts of Srinagar were also underwater. If excess water causes a natural disaster, would storage of it also be one? What is it called? This you have to answer. Okay. 9. The Great Famine 1876-1878. Some natural disaster can last for years. That means they took a very long period to last. An example of this is the Great Famine of the South India. So the famine occurred in 1876 to 1878. This was 2 years. It was a very long period and it occurred between 1876 to 1878. This was another famine that affected the present-day states of Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh and Maharashtra. So Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh and Maharashtra were the victim states. Okay, between 50 lakh to 1 crore people reportedly died in this famine. So more than 50 lakh to 1 crore people lost their lives in this famine. That means drought. although some sources say that up to 3 crore people may have died. That means at least approximately 3 crore people lost their lives due to famine and related droughts and shortage. And what shortage? Unavailability of food. They caused the unavailability of food. What do you think caused this famine? So what was the cause? What was the reason for this famine? Have a look here. These are just a few examples of natural disaster that have devastated different places in India. So these were a few examples of natural disaster that have ruined. That means they have destroyed many places in our country, in India. All these teach us an important lesson. We must remember. So what important lesson they teach us? Human beings still have reasons to fear nature. So human beings, that means we people, that we all human beings, we living creatures, must be scared or afraid. We must be humble and not be arrogant. That means we must be scared or afraid of nature, because human beings still have reasons to fear nature. We must respect nature. We must understand the importance of nature, and hence we must be humble. That means we must be careful. We must be caring for nature and not be arrogant about technology and scientific advancement. So due to development of scientific advancement or technologies, what we have done? We have destroyed the forest. We have cut the forest. We have made our rivers dirty. The long chimneys of the factories have made the air dirty. We have polluted the environment. So there are many kinds of pollution: air, water, sound, noise, and crop pollution. So these are the causes for the natural disaster. So we must be aware. It is the time to be alert. This will enable us to be attentive, vigilant, and better prepared to face disaster. Vigilant. Look at the word meaning bank. Careful of possible danger or difficulties. So what does the word means? We must be careful. Okay. This will enable us to be attentive. Attentive means careful. So if we are aware, we will become careful of the coming danger. That means we will be better prepared. We will be well prepared to face such disaster. That means we can face this disaster boldly if we are prepared. That means if we have saved nature. Okay. So if we love nature, if we are careful to nature, if we are caring to nature, we will definitely not face such natural calamities or disaster that we are facing. So man is the main cause for all this natural disaster. Although science and technology development is good, but they must not spoil our natural beauties. If we damage nature, the response is horrible. Horrible what? In what way? In the form of disaster, natural calamities, and catastrophe that you have read in this chapter. This was all about the lesson natural disasters in India. I hope that you might have understood the chapter. Read the lesson carefully, learn all the word meanings, and learn all the question answers that are given to you. So this was all about this calamity of a country.